If you are a Forex trader and you're looking to adapt to a particular strategy where you don't have to spend hours and hours on the charts, then this may be for you. Today, I'm going to be introducing ICT's Silver Bullet strategy. This is a time-based strategy. So guys, let's go over the sessions. We have London session between 3 and 4 a.m. EST. We have New York session between 10 and 11 a.m. EST, and also between 2 and 3 p.m. EST. So these are your times. Take a screenshot or write it down. Okay, guys, let's go over the framework. So the way ICT is explaining this, and a lot of others on the internet, is that you should be looking for a minimum of 10 points for indices and a minimum of 15 points for Forex pairs. Now, apparently this works for all indices and USD based pairs. So guys, let's continue to figure the strategy out together. And then I've also laid out some examples from back testing. So guys, the time frame that this works on is the 5-minute time frame. Okay, let's go over the setup. What are you looking for? How does this work? So guys, what you want to do is target the previous day's highs or lows, the previous week's highs or lows, or the previous month's highs or lows, right? So with a bullish objective, we want to target the previous day's high. This means that if we're looking for a bullish setup, if the higher time frame shows us that, and this is my little twist, by the way, the higher time frame shows us that we're going in an upward direction, then we want to target the previous day's high. If we have a bearish objective, meaning that the higher time frame is showing us that we're going to be bearish for any reason, then we want to target the previous day's lows. The same for the weeks, the same for the months. But guys, we also want to target the previous session's highs or lows, or we want to target imbalance above or beneath price, or we want to target movement to and from the opening gap. So guys, it may sound like a lot to process, but I promise you it's not that hard. We're going to definitely go over some examples in the charts. So you can catch these moves every single day, but please note that it may not happen for your specific pair every day, but it does happen. So what does that mean? This means that on Monday, someone may be able to identify it on Euro USD. Tuesday, someone may see it on US30. Wednesday, somebody may see it on UJ, but it may not happen for your pair every single day. So guys, being as though I'm trading US30, of course I would and back test US30 to see how many times I could catch this particular setup, just hopping in the market at these particular times. On that 5-minute time frame, let's head back to the 5-minute time frame. And what I'm going to do is push all the way back to start showing some examples. So guys, here's a 10 to 11 a.m. The target was the imbalance to the left. And as you can see, between 10 and 11 a.m. is when you want to be able to get in a trade. It doesn't mean that you have to get in and out between 10 and 11. It just means that between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., this is where you're going to find some type of entry. So here is where this is 9:55. Price comes up into this OB that broke structure, you know, the candle above the candle that broke structure, and we took a sell, targeting this imbalance here. It was a nice trade, and although the minimum is of 15 points for the indices, this trade gave us about 115 points. So that was a really nice setup. I did go to the higher time frame and check things out. I did also notice this imbalance here. And then I did come back into the market when my alarm went off. I think it was around 9:55. I was not on the charts before 9:55 when my alarm went off, and I did successfully take the trade. Let's see how long that this trade took to actually play out. So the entry was at 9:55, 5 minutes before 10, which is okay. And to the finish line, it only took 45 minutes for this trade to play out, and I was finished for the day based on trading this type of strategy. Okay, let's go in and find some more opportunities. And that was a New York session, 10 to 11 a.m. EST. And let's go over another session. So here was a 2 to 3 p.m. EST move. Once again, I checked in on the higher time frame, And this area was really interesting to me. We had finally came down and broke this low, and even though there was some imbalance that was already filled, I felt like this area would potentially become a supply zone based on the fact that we were trading in a range. I wanted to see some type of buy side liquidity sweep, and the target was the sell side liquidity sweep, but also this imbalance that we had to the left. So guys, upon entering this trade, I think around what time was this, 2:10 p.m. I placed a stop loss right above the high of this candle, and the target was that imbalance down here, and we went for this. It was about 118 points for this particular setup, and let's see how long this took to reach a TP. This one took an hour and 10 minutes. So guys, it took a little bit of time. I would say maybe like in half an hour to kind of, because you want to target certain things, and this is the second trade that I targeted imbalance. So you want to make sure you have a place that you want to make sure you know why you're targeting a particular area, and then you want to kind of set a little alarm for your entry. So it did not take a lot of time for this trade. And did I sit and watch the trade play out? I absolutely did not. So this was another setup where I was kind of in and out of the market, and I checked in on the higher time frame. Let's continue on to find some more opportunities. And here we have a little one. This one was not big, and I'll explain this one. So when I came into the market, this was at 2 to 3 p.m. When I came into the market was obviously ranging. I did look on the higher time frame and noticed that price was bullish, but I just kind of went for it because it was a little bit amount of points. So guys, price came and created a little supply, and basically what I did was I targeted the break of structure right down here because there was supply and demand being created. So it was just a little setup, and let's see how many points this went for. This was for 35, which still aligns with the minimum of 15 points. And let's see how long that this took. This took only 20 minutes, guys, 20 minutes. So that was a nice one. Before that, there was another setup because, guys, we understood that the higher time frame was showing us bullishness. So this was a 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. setup here, and we broke the structure. The idea was for price to come back into the break of structure here, which obviously there was an alarm set. Price came back to the break of structure. What I did here was I went and targeted these lows here for the stop loss. Because you kind of never know. There was a lot of imbalance in here. I didn't know which one I wanted to target. Obviously, price brushed through this one. So you want to be a little bit generous with your stop losses. We don't want to really predict which candle price is going to go into, but as long as it does come back into the break of structure, it makes sense. So guys, what we did here was we got entered and we targeted this high just to keep it really simple. Remember, these are in and out kind of moves. And this went for 97 points. And let's see how long this took from the entry. So let's go right here to this high. And this took about 55 minutes. So these are really like in and out fast TPs. And let's see if we have any more entries. And guys, you guys can go in and back test this as well. I'm going to save this one for the end of the video, just to show you guys how you can capture longer moves, understanding the higher time frame, of course, and targeting the previous weeks. I think this was a different type of target. So guys, finally we get into a London session opportunity. Of course, guys, there are a lot of London session opportunities, and there are a lot more opportunities outside of this ICT silver bullet strategy. Like, you may find a really good setup at different times, so you don't have to come in at these particular times, guys. This is why we all have our moments with the charts and things that we discover. You may find really, really nice opportunities before or after these particular times. And that's for you to go and back test on your own, right? So here's a London session opportunity. We have this nice institutional candle. This is the candle around the area that broke structure. And what I was looking for was for price to make its way back into this area and possibly come and take out this low here. And that's exactly what it did. It came up into the candle. Of course, the alert was set, and it was a really easy TP. And I think this went for about 56 points, which still brings us above the 15-point minimum. And let's see how long this took from entry to TP. So from entry to TP, guys, this took only about 20 minutes to get through with. So guys, that brings us over to this little opportunity here. This is one that I mentioned to my students. It was a really nice trade that I took. So guys, when you want, or if you feel like you want to hold trades a little bit longer, this is the 930 manipulation candle, meaning there was a little bit of demand created here in this area here. And so 930 candle opens, but first it pushes its way back down into this area. This is where I caught the buy. We caught the buy up. And what was my target? Okay, if we looked over to the left, that was a previous week's high right up here. And although in that day we did not reach the target, of course, of that previous day's high, a previous week's high, the market continued to move, never coming back to my entry, obviously. And then finally we came up and took out that previous week's high. After breaking that, we came and got a retest, and that brings us to where we currently are now. So guys, I hope that this strategy was really helpful for you. Again, if you are finding different setups outside of those hours, absolutely go with them. But if you are spending a lot of time on the charts, I suggest that you come in at a certain particular time, whether that's London or New York session, and you'll guarantee to find a nice setup every single day or every other day, depending on your session. So guys, like and subscribe for more videos such as this one. Thank you.